以色列国土狭小，资源贫乏，建国后还曾长期笼罩在与阿拉伯诸国的战争阴云中，但以色列经济却取得了举世瞩目的成就。到2007年，以色列人均 GDP 已高达3万美元，并拥有世界上密度最高的科技创新企业。小国如何创出一番天地？财经记者近日采访了《创业的国度：以色列经济奇迹的启示》作者辛格先生。
You listed several unique factors that is special to Israel that made it Israel innovation, among which government, as you have mentioned, also is a very important factor. Can you tell us more about those unique parts of Israel, and also how government, this factor, interact with the other factors?
So government played an important role initially in the early stages, which for us was in the mid-1990s, when we had startups and no venture capital. And the government played, there was an important program that encouraged venture funds to be formed and encouraged international funds to invest by the government investing with them. But the best thing about that program is it basically disappeared, because what happened was the investment started coming in and the private investors bought out the government position and became, the venture industry is now private and is completely private. And that's the way it should be. Investing in startups is almost as difficult as doing startups, because most startups fail. So a lot of investment funds also don't do very well. The private sector has to do that, because if the private sector has trouble picking the best startups, the government has even more trouble. So it's the role of the government in that case is just to be the catalyst, rather than to invest instead of the private sector.
Yeah, you compared Singapore with Israel in your book, and according to your book, Singapore didn't make it to be as innovative as Israel. China actually, during its development, has learned a lot experience from Singapore. But now innovation matters a lot to China. What are those experiences in Israel you think could be replicated by, practitioners or government officials being introduced to China?
What we really need to do is build a highway between China and Israel, like we have between Israel and the United States. There's a strong comfort level between Israel and the U.S. in terms of going back and forth, doing business. People know who to call, how to start. They know the market. They know they know people they want to work with, investors, and so on. It's a rich relationship, and this kind of thing needs to be built between China and Israel.